He actually called me. We'll get into it.
The recent thing? I saw the caption.
Yes.
You talking about the recent situation? I don't know what happened, but
I'll give it. He wouldn't care. He wanted me to on this podcast. He wanted to call motherfuckers out. So I'll call him. Yeah. So I'm calling motherfuckers out today.
Let's get juicy.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. What you doing for the love?
Welcome back to the Love Podcast. Welcome back to the Love Podcast. Today we have a relentless, intelligent, creative human being in the room right now.
Oh, appreciate it. I'm here like a deer again.
We got the one and only Harshil Thaker.
Yes.
I say the last name right?
Yeah.
I did?
You chill, yeah.
Love.
Yeah, that's yo. You know what? You're one of the only people that gets it right. So,
really?
Yeah, man. A lot of people get it wrong. I just don't bother
to correct them.
I'm just like, whatever. It's not a big deal.
Well, respectfully, bro, I'm happy that you're here, man.
Shit, I'm happy to be here. 2 weeks ago, I was in Tampa, and I still remember you hit me up.
Yeah.
You know, saying like, "Yo, come through to the pod."
Yeah.
And I couldn't move the flights or whatever. It was just
we're trying to figure it out, but then it didn't work out. But I was happy that you were still willing to take that flight
bro.
right back here, bro.
Listen, man, it's about time we finally link up and kind of talk and yap away and chat it up until our voices get tired.
You need to get a real job. That's just a hobby.
Anyone with a smartphone can shoot videos these days.
Why not pick a career with more stability?
Isn't it just pressing a record button?
It's a very competitive field.
How's your little business going?
You're not going to make it.
person you are calling is currently unavailable.
You know what a lot of people are probably going to say? They're probably going to be like, oh, these guys have been friends for so long. This is not the first time they met. This is the first time we've met.
That's a good thing. You got to keep it. This is, for the record, this is the first time we're ever meeting. I know him. He knows me, but we've kind of been in the same circle for a little bit. This is the first time we're ever meeting. For the record.
For the record. But how I like to do things is not just because you have a beautiful story and want to do this podcast, I also want to give you your flowers.
I appreciate that.
So, my brother, your work is beautiful, man.
Thank you.
You are a very, very talented person. You also are very consistent and motivating. There was a time that you were just consistently dropping content, and I had to check myself, like, yo, bro, your boy is dropping. So, like, you got to get your stuff together. So, I had to get my things together and get back into the bully of things. I really appreciate your hustle and your grind, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
And you've been doing this for a long time, but you're only
21.
That's insane.
I'm only 21. I've been doing this since I was 7th grade, and I used to take pictures of my football team in high school, ever since I moved to Jersey. So, we went from just taking pictures of my football team to the basketball team, and then eventually I went to other schools. Yeah. And eventually, like, when I got to Rutgers in Jersey, that's when shit really started kicking off. Yeah. And I started getting hired for like big time stuff. Yeah. That's when me and Josh, like Getsy, like got
shout out
close.
Josh Getsy, man.
We got mad close during that time. I taught him how to use a camera. Yeah. Ever since then, he's been like my colleague. Yeah. Even Graz, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't talk to Graz that often. Yeah. But like whenever
we're like a family with like a distant cousins.
Yeah, literally, it's like your third cousin. You know what I mean? Exactly. Like everybody's cool. Everybody's happy with each other. Nobody's really beefing. Yeah, at least I don't see it.
No, I don't think so at all. Yeah. I also want to know, man, for Harshil, what made you like initially pick up a camera? Did you know that you'd be good at it?
Nah, I used to. So, I mean, this you know New Hartford, right?
Yeah, of course.
So I used to go to middle school in New Hartford.
That's so you're from the 315?
Yeah, I'm from. Bro, I was born in Utica. You know what I mean?
That's insane.
Yeah, like,
I had no clue.
I was born in Utica, lived there for 15 years.
Wow.
I moved to Jersey 5 years ago.
Oh wow, okay.
So I went to middle school in New Hartford, and dude, like, I used to take pictures on my phone, like, just like me looking like an idiot. I even took, like, I'll say it myself, like, I look corny, but I just used to take pictures of myself. I'm like, yo, this is fire. I used to post it, and I used to be so confident in like what I was posting, what I was like doing. Yeah. And now that I look back, it wasn't anything spectacular. But like, in the moment I was like, this is sick.
It was tough.
You know what I mean? This is sick. And I still remember the I used to go to school. I used to get bullied, bro. I used to get Snapchat messages after school saying, yo, all types of things that I won't say on camera. Yeah. All types of things. I still have those screenshots.
Really? But why was the bullying towards you though?
Because you know what I think it is? I think it's someone who I was extremely confident in what I was able to do, even though I wasn't good at the time, right? You know, I was very passionate about it and really, really, you know, looking forward to doing something in that realm.
Yeah.
So every time I'd come home, you know, you'd get the messages, yo, you fucking, you know, you suck.
Wow.
All types of things you can't say anymore in this day and age. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a different world.
Yeah,
now.
it's a different world.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? So it was more of that situation, and I never took it to heart. In the beginning, of course, it would hit me.
Yeah.
But even to this day, dude, like literally 2 weeks ago, I don't know if you've been seeing, but I actually post all my hate comments.
You did. Someone made an account about you.
Yeah, he made. I've had about. So I actually get a lot of fake accounts about me.
Wait, why?
I could not tell you. Honestly, I just live my life and do me. But
is it because I gotta be honest with you, right? And I'm going to do this interview a little different than when I used to, but I have some thoughts I want to get off. Is it because you're too confident? Do you think people?
Maybe. I think I am.
People think or get threatened by your confidence.
Okay, so I always say this: there's a fine line between ego and confidence, right? I'd like to think that I'm very confident in what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Some people can take it. Oh, he has a huge ego. Personally, I don't see it that way.
Yeah.
But to each their own, right?
To
each their own. Personally, I think I've really I have a lot of confidence in myself and a lot of confidence in the fact that, you know, I'm able to do the things that I'm doing.
Yeah.
Maybe people find it that way. Personally, I like, especially, we'll get into like the nightlife stuff, but they got a lot of the people that that make the fake accounts about me are in the same kind of
in the same world,
they're in the frats and all that other bullshit. I'm not in a frat myself,
No.
but I just see it everywhere.
Yeah.
And you know, I always used to get fake accounts about me, but like the funny ones, I entertain it.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm like, yo, this is sick. Like the fact that you gotta make a whole account about me.
Yeah, I'm heavy on your mind.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I'm heavy on your mind.
And you gotta have that, right?
Yeah.
Because if you take everything personally, right,
Yeah.
that's gonna break you down.
That's a whole fact.
It's gonna break you down.
So you were bullied in the beginning.
Yes.
And you
still to this day am.
Still to this.
Like literally 2 weeks ago, I have screenshots of literally group chats of people talking shit. I have everything.
But what are they saying that they're just trying to come at your character, your work,
man.
or
It's more of a thing where what I do, especially in the nightlife scene, is not really seen.
Yeah.
The promo videos,
Yeah.
the fucking me in front of the camera yelling at people,
Yeah.
buy your ticket, buy,
Yeah.
And me
I used to
reaching
do that a lot
out.
too. I don't know if you heard my story about nightlife.
No,
but
tell me.
Let's not get it. It's not about. But I used to do create what you're doing.
Yeah.
I used to do it as well. Like
Yeah.
talk to the camera, like a theme for the video,
100%.
for it to be felt,
Yeah.
for you to come
Exactly.
experience it. So when I see your videos, I'm like, bro, I love that you kill it. You're
Yeah.
killing it. Like,
I
yo.
appreciate that, man.
And then you make me feel like I didn't plan to go, but like when I see videos of you doing, I'm like, maybe I'll go. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Because you make it sound so far. Like if you don't come, you're missing out.
and
Like what are you doing?
And to this day, I'll say it straight to the camera. If you don't come, you're missing out. I'm so serious about that. You know, I mean,
You pack it out too.
Yeah, man.
Every event I've seen, you have packed out. Like not normal. Like it's lit. Like we pack
it
out.
out. Yeah, we try to, at least. We've had one or two where it's like okay, but most of the time, dude, especially like during, fall semester of school when shit's kicking up again.
Yeah.
It gets nuts.
Insane.
You know, we had a networking event in New York. That went well. But anyways, back to the bullying stuff. Yeah, man. I personally love it. Like I'm such a fan of when a motherfucker like is talking shit.
Really?
Because I'm like, yo, keep talking shit. It makes me like I'm doing something right if somebody's talking shit. You know what I mean?
How does it get back to you then?
Oh, there's always a way.
Yeah. Okay.
I always hear about it some way,
Yeah.
shape, or form. There's somebody in a group chat sending me screenshots or somebody that, there's always a way, but I don't take it personally. I never do, and I never did.
So what do you say to the folks that are getting bullied?
Thank you.
No, not your bully.
Oh.
The folks that, he
I
was
was like,
ready.
keep bullying
He was
me.
ready. He was ready.
Bro, I was like, thank you. Keep bullying me, bro.
No, the folks that are getting bullied.
Getting bullied, bro. I think there's two ways you can approach it. Again, right?
Yeah.
Either you take it personally and you break yourself down to the floor, or you use it as motivation.
Yeah.
And obviously you have to be, I think I'm a psycho sometimes
Yeah.
because I take that and I internalize it. I'm like, nah, I want to do better. And maybe that's a psycho mentality to have, but that is the honest truth is if you're getting bullied, and it depends for what reason. Obviously, there's different reasons, right?
Yeah.
But if it's something you're truly, really passionate about, if it's picking up a camera, if it's standing in front of a camera, making a fun vlog out of yourself, being in the middle of an airport, recording yourself dancing. That's literally what I did earlier.
Yeah.
Just vibing.
Did you?
Yeah.
I love that.
And if you're getting bullied for that kind of stuff, what I say is internalize it. Don't take it personally. Internalize it and see how you can shut those haters up.
Respectfully.
You know what I mean? Respectfully. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's always respectfully.
Exactly. No, yeah. Exactly. I think one thing I've always been told was, I just blanked out. The quote was sitting on the top of my tongue. But I do love that you can regroup it and
100%.
put it into something else, because you said you got bullied all from 7th grade, and that's when you started filming, and you are where you are now, and that's beautiful. Like to be able to become, I think you're becoming a master at your art because you do it so much. When you pick something up every day, you pick up
100%.
that camera every day.
Practice makes perfect.
Exactly. You become a master of that art. So like, I truly respect your hustle, and the people that are hating or like,
and you know what? Again, thank you for hating.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the hate, I wouldn't have the fire in me that I do now.
Yeah.
Because there's a fire, dude. Like literally, like I'm flying here today, going back tomorrow, going right back to shooting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Going right back to the promo stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So again, internalize it. If you're getting hate, internalize it, but don't like bring yourself down. And just use that as motivation, man. Literally, fuck them haters.
Respectfully. Hell yeah.
Like,
so what was your first big gig that you consider big?
Ooh.
That you considered big, yeah.
The one that kind of brought me in the limelight. Again, Rutgers was a big catalyst of my career in terms of like this photo video stuff, even the hospitality stuff.
Yeah.
But the one thing is, I used to be roommates with this DJ, and he was in a frat.
Okay.
And it was like one of the, like the D9 frats.
Yeah.
He was like in the brown version of that. Yeah.
Oh, the brown version.
The Indian version, right?
Okay.
So I filmed
the Indian version. I love this. Okay.
Yeah, literally. Do you know like the probate? You know what a probate is?
Of course. Yeah.
So it was his probate video, and this was during COVID.
I seen it.
Yeah.
Josh helped you with that.
Yes.
I seen it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that video,
You killed
Josh,
that.
I actually got a $900 fine to pick up Josh that day. I lost so much money on that video.
Wait, why? What happened?
So I picked up Josh from Utica.
Yeah.
Because he's doing me a favor, right? So I'm
Yeah.
like, the least I can do is pick this guy up.
Respectfully.
So I pick him up. I'm like 10 minutes away from the border from Jersey and New York. I'm going maybe 10 over the speed limit.
Yeah.
I get pulled over.
Jeez.
I got 6 points on my license. I got a $900 fine.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was bad. But that video, I think, really brought my name into the limelight, especially at Rutgers. Like, again, like, without sounding too cocky, like, I was the go-to video guy at Rutgers.
I believe that.
And I low-key, I still am.
Yeah.
Confidently.
Talk about it.
You know what I mean? Like, without sounding like a fucking dickhead. You know what I mean? I'm just stating a fact.
Yeah.
And, luckily I'm in this position where now I'm able to teach people.
Yeah.
I'm able to bring people and other people in the limelight. I'm graduated now, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I'm done. Like, I got a degree.
Yeah.
I don't got to worry about.
Where'd you go to school for?
Civil engineering.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You made the parents proud. And
Yeah,
he's good
I
at
had to.
Yeah.
The Indian parents were like, "Yo, you better not be getting no bullshit degree." I'm like, "Yo, I got you. If I just let me use the camera and whatever."
Sidebar.
Yeah.
If you went into that career, would you leave camera for that, or you'd always bring camera?
No, I think I do both.
Always, okay.
And you know
Kinda
what?
like
I'm still applying for jobs and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like cut out of completely.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a very safe and kind of thing where you can go back to, and there's pension and 401k and all that. But yeah, that frat video was the video to kind of bring me to the next level.
Yeah.
And since then, I got into the club space, started filming for clubs. Other, celebrities. That's when like A Boogie started happening.
Yeah, I seen that.
So everything was kind of built upon that one video, and that was actually my first ever video.
Really?
I never did video before.
You did photos.
I did strict photos.
Okay.
And
What's your bread and butter now?
I do both. I think I could do both, like
Okay.
very equally well.
Yeah.
I prefer to do video.
I love video.
Yeah,
I feel like it's just more of it's just videos
it's fun.
is better.
Yeah,
I don't know.
you could play around with it more.
Yeah. So you also worked with a TikTok creator as well.
Yes. a couple of them.
I think the one that I've noticed the most is the Italian guy.
Vincent?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my guy.
How did you get into that world?
So this is actually a great story. So a couple years ago, it was a summer, like I think my sophomore year going into my junior, I was just sitting chilling. And one of my friends from high school, he sent me a poster of this boxing fight, professional, of this guy named Vito Melnicki. He's a professional boxer. He's fought on some big cards, huge cards. And back in the day, he's like my age.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing that poster. I was like, yo, let me just hit him up. What can go wrong, right? It's always a no before you ask.
Exactly.
Right? So I hit him up. I'm like, hey, like, would love to shoot the fight. Let me know what we can do. Shot him an email. Boom. Sent it. Didn't hear anything for like 3 weeks. The day of, 2 days before the fight, I get a text from his dad.
Oh, wow.
And you know how these Italian motherfuckers
are.
They're real, like, they're business. They're straight business.
They're on it.
And so I was like, shit myself. I'm like, yo, what the hell is going on? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he calls me. He's like, yo, can you film for us for the fight? Like, make a whole documentary on it. And I was like, shit,
That's
sure.
fire.
That was my first time ever doing anything like that.
That's fine.
And I've never done anything. So I ended up filming. And then he's actually friends with Vincent. So that's how me and him got in touch. We used to hang out here and there. And then Austin, shout out Austin. We were literally just together like a couple of days ago. But him and Vincent started becoming close because of like the clothing thing. They do a lot of clothing stuff together.
Okay.
And yeah, and we kind of just started staying in touch from then. We haven't talked in a bit, but like if I shoot him a text or if he shoots me a text, we're always
Still
gonna
love.
help. Yeah, it's still love.
How scared were you or nervous were you to shoot that?
I was never really nervous because at the time I didn't really know who he was, right? Like I was just like, oh, like,
No, I'm talking about in general the boxing.
oh,
Like, that's
dude,
a big event.
I was, bro. Bro, these again, Italian families, they don't fuck around.
They don't play.
They don't play.
They don't play.
And his dad's like, like, and I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah,
like this is the real deal. Like I'm not fucking around. I literally remember getting the first day of shooting. I had a terrible stomach ache, and I showed up to the boxing gym. And I went to the bathroom, and I literally was in the bathroom for maybe 2 minutes. His dad, boom, boom, boom. Yo, you coming out? I'm like, I just got here. I just got here, bro.
That's crazy.
And ever since that, but nah, man. Melnicki Senior, bro, he's the guy.
That's fine.
We be chatting up here and there. I haven't talked to them in a bit either, but I know it's all love.
Always
At the
love,
end of
yeah.
the day,
Especially when you do
man.
good work. It's always
100%,
love.
100%.
Have you ever been like be honest.
Yeah.
Have you ever like got really excited to work with someone, like overly excited, like yo, like fangirled a little bit or no?
So Boogie is my favorite artist.
Is he?
Like I know every single lyric.
You're
every
a real
single
New York
song.
dude. Yeah.
I get real into it.
Real New York dude.
Yeah. So when I first filmed him, I don't think I was ever nervous. I wasn't fanboy because I know in this industry, if you fanboy, you're a weirdo.
Yeah, it's over.
You know what I mean? So I knew that coming in. I never really had a fanboy moment.
Yeah.
It was just more of like a situation where I knew kind of, yo, like, don't play around. This is
the one
business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you don't play around with this kind of stuff. But yeah, like.
Do you have a dream person that you want to work with?
To be honest, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I've every person that I've dreamt of has happened.
Can we get like a
Lil A Boogie, Lil Baby,
Ooh.
50 Cent.
You work with 50?
I've shot 50. I've never worked for him personally,
fire,
but I've filmed him and I've shot for him.
Yeah.
Who else, dude? Actually, you know what? No, somebody like Central C.
Central C would be tough.
I'd like sit there and I'd be like, yo, Central. I've been emailing so many people from Central C. Yeah.
That's one thing. We talking about Getsy.
Yeah.
And one thing I respect about Getsy, and that he's also like instilled in me a little bit, was
the outreaching.
He's going to reach out to everyone.
I knew you were gonna say that.
He doesn't care who you are. He's going to send a proper email. And he's going to send it.
It's crazy because he sent me his whole email template. I used to always hit him up and be like, yo, you're good at this email stuff.
He's amazing at it, yeah.
He's insane. In the business aspect of things, he's very, very well disciplined.
Yeah, very well, yeah.
He kind of like, again, we were talking about earlier, contracts, very heavy on him.
Very good on
and
contracts.
you have to be.
Yeah.
And we'll get into a story soon, but, on stuff like that, you kind of have to be firm. Because, again, you got to know your worth. You know what I mean? Like, too many people, especially in this creative industry, have been fucked over.
Yeah.
Taken advantage of.
Yeah.
You know, fuck all y'all that don't pay your bills, that don't pay your creatives, that don't sign the contracts and read them when you sign the contracts. Don't pay your people out in full. Fuck all y'all that don't do all that.
I'm talking to them
Directly, dude. I got so much. It's a problem, man. Because,
tell me a story. Tell me something that like.
Well, we'll get into Josh's story. You know,
okay,
I'm not gonna,
yeah, that's new. I seen the caption.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what happened, but I'd love to hear.
Yeah, and I know damn well he don't mind me talking about this because we were.
I feel like a lot. What you're about to say, a lot of videographers go
100%.
through, but I don't know what happened, so
100%.
I'm intrigued.
So I'm not gonna kind of name the client or whatever, but he had a client.
Yeah.
Who was expecting a lot of things out of him.
Okay.
Which is cool, right?
Already starting off great.
And he's going to charge accordingly.
Okay. Josh is going to charge you
He will charge accordingly. And you know what? Respect him for that.
Yeah.
Because I have been on his ass about that too. I'm like, yo, you got to charge what you got to charge.
Up his price, yeah.
You know what I mean? So he was not getting compensated as he should. So they settled on a deal where it would make sense for both parties.
Okay.
He delivered his end. Client didn't deliver.
Oh, really?
In terms
Didn't pay.
Didn't pay. He was complaining. This is what you're doing. Like, this is terrible. You're under delivering.
Yeah.
And he sent me everything he delivered to the client. I thought it was more than
Oh,
enough.
they complained and said that he was under delivering. Wow.
Yeah. So, in the contract, he explicitly states what you're going to get.
Yeah.
In return for X amount of money.
Yeah.
Mind you, everything was coming out of pocket in terms of flights,
Yeah.
travel, hotel. Everything was out of his own pocket.
Oh, that was.
So, basically, what I'm saying is he didn't get paid enough for what he did, and the client was complaining.
Sounds like it, yeah.
Yeah. So he called me the day after, and he's like, dude, like, I don't know what to do. This, he sent me the screenshots of the client.
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z. I'm like, you gotta, like, the client was ready to sue. He is suing.
Really?
He is suing. And I was like, he doesn't have a case against you.
At all.
You don't.
But,
you
so
guys do
wait,
that now.
so the contract explicitly states out what he will provide.
Yes.
For X amount of money.
Yep.
Then there's no.
Exactly. So there's no basis to the claim.
No.
So
Yeah.
this guy's just chatting and whatever. So then me and him had a long discussion. We were like, yo, he actually wanted me to make a video about people not, appreciating the creative industry and, taking advantage of what people do in this industry. Because, we work, bro, like sometimes I'm getting home at like 6, 7 in the morning from things, especially when I'm shooting something in New York.
Yeah.
When things are open till 4 or 5 in the morning over there. We're filming all day.
Yeah.
And we got a contract signed. Stay loyal to the contract.
Yeah.
If I tell you I'm working 8 hours, I'm working 8 hours.
Respectfully.
You know what I mean? Like, unless like I'm really passionate about something, I really want to stay.
Yeah.
I will stay. But if it's something where, listen, I'm explicitly telling you I'm here from 9 to 5. I'm out at 5.
I'm gonna do what's required out of me.
Yeah.
Out of this contract.
And it's different, right? When you have an established business, that's what you do.
Yeah.
When you're first starting out, I don't think you should.
You gotta do more.
You gotta bust your ass.
Yeah, you gotta do more.
You gotta stay up those long hours. I
Yeah.
still do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we all still do.
Yeah, yeah.
We're up late.
Yeah.
We're up late editing a video.
Yeah.
You're editing a podcast.
Yeah.
I got
Sleep.
meetings.
What is sleep?
Literally, what is sleep?
Yeah.
And for the past 2 weeks, I've been in meetings till 3, 4 in the morning. You know what I mean? So sometimes you got to do those things. If you want your brand to elevate, you got to. But if you're an established business with, things like when you tell a client, like, yo, I got this amount of work. This is what you're getting. This is how much you're paying me. End of story. That's it. That's all you should. The client should not be complaining.
No. So, Josh, this is to my brother. He got nothing. He got nothing on you. That's what it sounds like. He got nothing on you.
Moral of the story, yo, fuck them people that don't oblige to contracts, that don't appreciate your work, that don't understand the level of effort and time that you put into this craft. Because editing ain't easy, filming ain't easy. People think it's just clicking a record button and calling it a day. It is not that.
My most favorite people are the people that we shoot all that things for them. We shoot a whole day for them, and then the next day they're like, "Yo, can I see it?"
That's bro. I got beef with those people. That too. If you're not paying a premium price, you're not getting your shit the next day.
Bro, I don't understand. We close your eyes and they're like, "Yo, did you look at them yet?"
Yeah.
No, I have a life.
I just got home.
What is going on?
I'm still eating dinner. You know what I mean?
What?
That's the worst, man. You know what? You can't blame people for not understanding because they don't see it.
True. Very true.
So
the back end is so important.
The back end is more important than the front end.
Oh yes.
You know what I mean? the edit is 90% of the video.
Yeah.
The picture, same thing.
Yeah.
Anything that you're doing behind the scenes is 95% of the time more work than what is happening in front of your eyes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like after this, you got to plug these 3 cameras into your laptop.
Yeah.
And sync all the audio, edit the audio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you got to do all that shit. And whether you have an editor or not, that's still a lot.
You got
time.
work to do. You have
100%.
work to do, and I feel like my favorite thing are weddings.
Yeah.
Because weddings, obviously, I understand it's heartfelt. I want to see the video or the photos now, and I'm like, honestly, no, because it's all it is right now is raw, and you can't, you don't know what it's going to become when I'm finished editing it.
So in the Indian wedding scene, Indian weddings are usually 3 days long. Right.
Beautiful. Tell me about that.
Yeah, they're 3 days long. There's usually a ceremony in the first day.
Okay.
With both sides of the family. Second day is kind of the actual wedding.
Yeah.
It's second or it's usually 2 or 3 days long, depending on the couple. And then the last day is the ceremony, and then the reception at night.
Yeah. What day is your favorite for you?
The reception.
Yeah.
Always, because that's when everyone's fucked up. That's when I get the goofiest side of people.
Yeah.
The actual wedding ceremony, people, especially in like Indian weddings, is long.
Is it?
You gotta sit there. It's like, especially if it's like an outdoor wedding.
Yeah.
It's hot. You know what I mean? Even me, myself, I don't want to be out there. Like, I'm just like, damn, I'm trying to be inside as soon as I can.
It's almost over.
Please, like, I'll be counting down the hours.
Yeah.
But the reception is always the best.
I have seen, like, aesthetically, beautiful.
Oh, they're gorgeous.
Beautiful.
They're gorgeous. I'll like, whenever I get married, if it happens or not, whatever.
It will.
I will have a
and I will be
wedding.
there too.
You better be there. Fuck out of here. Everybody that I talk to better be there. I want. At one point I used to be like, yo, I'm having my wedding at MetLife Stadium. I don't care.
Really?
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah, but my point of that was Indian weddings are like 2-3 days long, and what sometimes these video people do is give a same day edit. That's a very common thing in the Indian wedding scene. I don't know if it is in like the Christian weddings and the Muslim weddings or whatever.
They do.
Yeah.
Typically, yeah.
Yeah, but it's a very popular thing. Same day edit. Like literally, I remember I was shadowing these people.
That's tough though.
It's very
same
tough.
day.
But they have a system, right, where most of the edit is already done. The last part of whatever they shot last is kind of all they have to put in there.
Yeah.
Put some music on it, call it a day.
Yeah.
So it's not too difficult. You just got to know how to plan properly.
Yeah.
That's it. But that's my point. People pay a premium price for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's, moment for you.
Yeah.
For the people that's picking up a camera right now, wants to get into the world, it's never too late to pick up a camera.
Never.
How do you go about setting a price?
Dude, that's a great question because me again, Josh and I discuss this all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes if it's a friend, especially, you don't want to overcharge them. You don't want to do them.
You got to read the room.
Yeah, you got to read the room very heavily. Luckily, there's these 2 guys. Again, I'm not sponsored. They're just people that I look up to. B Figgy on Instagram. He shoots for the Lakers.
Oh, that's right.
And Costas. And there's a third one. I forgot his name. But they have a podcast as well. It's called the 505 Podcast. And they speak about this media stuff.
Yeah.
And they have a guide, actually. And it's only $100. It may be expensive. $100 may sound expensive.
Yeah.
But you could pay that off in one gig that
True.
So they literally give you a pricing guide, and it's to the bone, to the T of how you should charge and your experience level and everything.
That's very smart. That's needed, actually.
Yes,
that's a necessity.
100%. Because we're all in that same boat, right?
Yeah.
Where we're just like, how much do you charge? I don't know,
bro. And then the question of when the first time you ever get in this world and you don't know what your value is really, because you don't know, You
don't.
So
to this day,
yeah, you really don't.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just charging what I charge.
Exactly. And so then you get to the point of like, how much do you charge? And you're just like, you don't want to lowball yourself, and then you don't want to go too crazy.
Yep.
Then you say, oh, what's your budget? That's the number one. Don't say your price yet.
Yes.
Say the budget.
Say the budget. Get the budget out of that purse.
Ask them what their range is, because you don't want to go too much. And if they push back on saying, well, I didn't really have a budget, I just want to know what you're working with, that's when you got to have prior knowledge or talking to people prior, like, this is what you should be charging.
And that's when you get into the situation of like, oh, this is what I've charged in the past.
Yeah.
Clients have paid me this. They're really happy with the product.
Yeah, and cap.
Yeah.
You can lie.
You could cap. It sucks that you got to cap, but you could cap.
You can cap.
You got to be a businessman.
You really do. To get in the world, everybody has lied. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
100%.
Everybody has lied.
You got to be a businessman.
Yeah.
And that, through trial and error, I've learned that. That's the biggest tip, low key. If you're getting brand new in this industry, which camera? I'm gonna look at this one.
Yeah.
If you're brand new in this industry and you don't know what to charge, ask them their budget first. If it's low, get out.
Get out.
It depends like what experience level you have, but
Yeah.
at least you get an answer out of them first without
Yeah.
undermining yourself and any of that kind of stuff. So
Respectfully.
100%.
I know I've the first couple gigs I've done, and even when my boys come to me, my brother did a lot of videography, and his one lesson he taught me was, don't do the number that you're okay with.
Yeah.
Do the number that you're excited to do.
Exactly.
Because then you're excited to do the work.
100%.
And you're gonna give a better product. If you're just doing the work that it's like,
if you see a bag coming your way, you're gonna be real hyped to make
It's
that
a different
video.
energy.
If I see $4, $5, $6 coming my way, I'm gonna be a lot more excited if I see $500 coming in the bank account.
Exactly. So when he told me that, I always go above and beyond. Not like above, like it's still within the range, but it's like
you put in a little oomph in it.
yeah, because I also, for myself, like we were talking about before, I also work a lot of different things. I have a 9 to 5 and I also do other businesses. So if I'm going to do a gig, I have to be excited to do it because
100%.
there's no reason for me to do it.
Exactly. Everybody has 24 hours in a day. You can't you know what I mean? You have to know, and this comes with time, you have to know how much your time is worth.
Respectfully.
And that comes over time. And you don't know the answer right away is what I'm trying to say here.
Did you ever have a moment that you wanted to give up?
All the time. Dude, I've had so many of those moments, especially in the nightlife stuff.
Yeah.
I've told this story before and I'll tell it again. It's a great story.
Yeah.
So a little background, I own a nightlife hospitality company, and before I owned this company, I used to just kind of do it dolo.
Yeah.
Like I was a freelancer. I would help out these guys and
Yeah.
kind of promote on my own. I already had the name going around because of the photo video stuff, and that's when I knew I can kind of utilize it and use it to my advantage. But there was this one event, April 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And basically my company, we have 3 partners. Me, my buddy Krish, my buddy Jaisal. They're my 3 partners at this company. And before we were this company, Jaisal used to be a separate entity.
Okay.
So me and him kind of just got together using these parties, and I used to film for him actually, and we eventually started doing parties together. And at this point, I was like drained, right? Like making all these promo videos, pushing it, convincing people to buy tickets. I was exhausted.
Yeah.
I was like, I was at Taco Bell, and I FaceTimed him, he FaceTimed me. He goes, "Yo, you ready for this next one?" I should have told him like, "Yo, I don't think I'm doing this next one. Like, I think I'm gonna have to drop out. Like,
Really?
I can't." And I to this day, I specifically remember that he sat me down and he was like, "Yo, like you have potential.
Yeah.
You have this ability to market, and it's insane."
Yeah, you do.
And I appreciate that. Thank you. And he was like, I'm not gonna let that go to waste.
Respectfully, that's a good friend.
And genuinely, if it wasn't for that conversation, I would not be in the scene I am today.
Yeah.
And it's that conversation genuinely brought me so much enthusiasm to go to the next level.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, like, you know what I mean? Like,
respectfully, bro.
And with the camera stuff too, man. Like, I've had so many moments where I've been fucked over by a client, or somebody didn't, pay me, or one time, like, I filmed a whole music video.
Oh,
it was
my
a high
gosh.
budget music video.
Every videographer that's in the music scene,
they all know,
hates it.
I hate it. That's why I don't do music videos.
Yeah.
At least the low budget ones.
The local artists.
The local artists.
Yeah.
Listen, I love you all local artists, but sometimes y'all be a pain in the ass to work with. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I filmed a whole music video with this guy. He paid a deposit, which is great. Delivered in the video. I put hours into this video. And he didn't pay me. He blocked me on everything. He didn't pay me.
No way.
And I literally remember, I almost died that day too. We were in like the hood. Like I almost there was like a drive by and everything right next to it. It was bad.
Oh snap!
And I'm like, damn, I really risked my life.
And
I didn't even get paid.
That's crazy.
And I remember that the 2 days after, I was like, I don't know if I could do this anymore.
Yeah, no.
Because at this time, this is when peak college season is starting. Like I'm already stressing about school.
Yeah.
All these different things. I'm like, I can't do this. You know what I mean? But
what gets you out of your rut now? Like when you want to stop videography or stop?
To be honest, I don't really got that no more.
Okay.
I have now. I know because everybody. I'm blessed to have a great group of people around me.
Fire.
And a group of people that are really motivated and really push me to the next level as well as themselves.
Yeah.
But when you see other people going hard, you want to go hard.
Respectfully.
You know what I mean? And luckily I'm in these circles where, again, my partner Jaisal, he's in law school. you know, he works full time for an insurance company doing like lawyer shit.
Yeah, lawyer stuff.
You know what I mean? My other partner, he's in school too. Like we're all hustling.
I love that.
And you know, I'm sorry about them. My mentor Saad. Shout out Saad, yo. This is like the third shout out I've given this motherfucker. But he's a big mentor of mine. He's a hustler.
Yeah.
You know, and I he always tells me like I see the potential, and you know, again, this is shout out DJ Sharad, Dad. I call him Dad.
Wow.
Because on the last podcast I'm on, I called him he could be my dad. So that ever says that, he's just been like, love Dad.
That's funny. That's
love
funny.
Dad.
That's funny.
But you know, him, he called me out of the blue one day. He goes, and this dude's like a 50-year-old, like, you know, but he's like an OG in the game.
That's fire.
Like, you know, he's got connects to every company, every person you can think of.
Yeah.
And he called me straight up and he was like, yo, like, you're doing a great thing. Like, you have potential.
Yeah.
And hearing shit like that pushes me to a level, like, I like, there's a little fire behind my eyes.
Yeah.
It's that and, like, the shit talk. There's a combination of so many things that really
it gets you there.
Yeah, that really pushes me to the next level. And again, I'm grateful to have the people that I have.
What's something that has to happen for you to look yourself in the mirror and say, yeah, I'm him?
Shit. I don't think there's one particular thing, but it's more of a situation where you're confident in what you're doing, whatever the fuck you're doing. Whether it's an actual career, like 9-to-5 career, whether it's your side hustle, whether it's a thing that you're trying to grow. You may be dead broke. You may be in the fucking basement of your home, but if you have like a fire behind you and you know something's gonna go somewhere, and you got to be delusional, and you got to be so delusional to the point where other people can't even believe you. Yeah. And I'm the king of that. I will be so. I'm telling you, I'm a psycho. I think I'm a psycho. Yeah. Because I will tell myself. I wake up every morning. And I literally tell myself I'm going to do a great thing today. Yeah. And I tell myself every day. Yeah. Every day. And I don't verbalize it. Sometimes I might just say it in my head, today's going to be a great day. I'm going to do a great thing today.
I love that.
And you know. It's more of a situation where you're comfortable in saying that. I think that's a big thing. Motivation, manifestation. I'm big into manifestation. Yeah. You'll catch me saying, "Yo, this will happen. Watch." Yeah. Like I'll post on my Instagram story. A lot of people are about like make moves in silence.
I am.
I'm not. I say fuck all that. I say fuck all that move in silence shit.
Talk to me. Explain your logic.
Let me tell you why. Yeah. Let me tell you why. Right. If you're gonna do it. I'd rather put the pressure on myself. Get there. I'd rather put the pressure on myself. Josh is also a big move in silence guy. Me and him have good debates about this. Yeah. And I'm always like, nah, talk your shit, bro. Talk your shit. Say whatever you need to do. Because you know what? That puts pressure on you.
I hear that.
That puts pressure on you to elevate to the next level.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's a beautiful way of putting it. I think you're more saying it's you versus you in that situation.
100%.
Because you know people are already preying on your downfall. So
exactly. And you know what? It's always me. It's you versus you. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you could say, oh, this person's doing this person's bringing me down. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's your decision to make a move to, you know, solve that problem. I can see that. You know what I mean? Like, talk your shit, let the people know. Yeah. And I'm an advocate of that, bro. I could care less I could care less what people are saying about me.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I love that mindset. I think for folks that like to move in silence, I feel like they're more of for me, I can speak for myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say generalized. For me, when I move in silence, I generally am like that because I love a finished product.
Yes. But that's not even a bad way to look at it, right? That's like, if you're gonna move in silence, that's an appropriate way to look at it. There's a lot of people who move in silence and don't move. They're just fucking sat there. You know what I mean? Bro, if you're gonna move in silence, you gotta move. You know what I mean? Like what are you talking? All this stuff.
There's a lot of people that move in silence and don't move.
They don't move. It's more like, and by that I mean, you can preach, right? Move in silence. You could, and I'm preaching, talk your shit. Yeah. If you don't do anything towards it, what are you getting out of it?
Where are you going?
Where are you going? And again, that's like, there's a lot of people who preach move in silence, move in silence. They don't move. They don't do nothing about it. And I'm saying talk your shit and do things towards it. Yeah. I'm not saying just talk your shit and just keep yapping, and you know, have a big head and not, you know, work towards that goal. Yeah. Man, you gotta bust your ass.
Practice what you're preaching. Yeah, I feel that. I hear that a lot. I hear that. I think You know what? Where I did talk my smack was when
tell me, because I'm ready now.
When
I'm excited.
when I was throwing parties. I think because I knew my outcome was gonna be good every time.
Yeah.
Because I always tell this story. I've told the story a billion times on this pod. My first 2 parties, nobody came.
Yeah.
And I threw house parties first at my apartment, and everybody came.
Yeah.
So when I was told by my boy Moschino, yo, you should go into like the event space and throw parties at events, and you'll make a lot of money. I was like, really? Okay. So I joined him. Nobody came.
Yeah.
Literally, my best friend that was a DJ was the only person that was there. And I was like, nah, like I know everybody. Everybody rocks with me. So I did it again. Nobody came.
Yeah.
So I went to the drawing board and like I was not taking that L. I was not gonna just take that
I
L.
love that.
I was never just gonna take that L. So I went back to the drawing board and I just did so much to it. I did the footwork. My boys went to different colleges for me. I went to other colleges. My face was everywhere.
Yeah.
Where to a point where it was on the next party was my birthday.
Yeah.
Do you know if nobody came to my birthday, how bad that would have sucked?
Yeah, that would have been, without being disrespectful, that would have sucked
That
ass.
would have sucked so bad. But I had so much faith in myself, and I was gonna say this early, like you said, you're delusional in that sense. I have a thing where I say there's logical delusion.
100%.
There is logical
delusion.
I think when you're when you bring it to love, when you're in love and you're delusion in love, that's not good.
Yeah.
Because you're depending on somebody else's reciprocation. But when you have logical delusion in yourself, like I'm going to make it, like there's nothing that's going to stop me. There's no one that can get in my way.
100%.
You're good.
I think delusion is the most. If you're an entrepreneur, you gotta have delusion. If you don't have delusion, if you're not a psycho, I fully
when you say
say
psycho, I just laugh.
I'm fully a psycho, and I'll put a stamp on that shit on my passport. Yeah. Psycho, boom. But you gotta be delusional. You gotta be a psycho, because only you're gonna see the potential you have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There could be 50 million people. Again, I have people around me saying you have potential, but you have to believe that potential.
Yeah.
You have to believe that you have the potential. If you don't believe it, then who will? You know what I mean? And if other people do and you don't act on it, it's whack.
Yeah.
It's cap.
No, I feel that.
You know what I mean? So I think talking your shit is one of the most important.
I respect that you do, though.
Yeah.
I respect that you do.
I'll talk my shit and I'll back it up.
You have.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, I've only known you through social media, and I've definitely have made my opinion about you as to, he's gonna talk a smack about this, his event, his video, but he definitely, you provide. Like you provide what you say you're gonna do each time.
I try. I wouldn't say I'm the best, right? I'm never gonna say
I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that. But I'm saying you definitely provide in your.
Yeah, and there's, again, I've talked about this with friends, with everybody. You have to kind of get to this point where you have to understand that there's going to be somebody always better than you in anything that you do.
Yeah.
Whether that's video, whether that's events, whether that's having more money, whether that's, having a nicer house. There's always going to be somebody who will do better than you.
Yeah.
And you have to come to terms with that.
Yeah.
But you have to come to terms with that and then still be confident enough to be like, nah, you know what? Like, I'm that guy.
Yeah.
And I'm not walking around saying, I'm that guy. I used to. Not anymore. I've toned it down a little bit. But you have to be confident in your skill and ability to do what you execute best. You know what I mean? So that's my kind of take on talking your shit.
I love that class 101.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'll say it, but I'll back it up every single time.
Yeah, so with that, coming off of that topic, who are your top 10 videographers, including yourself?
Shit, I'm definitely not up there. Like, let's not include myself in that. Nah, absolutely
Really?
not. No.
Okay.
I'm skilled in what I do, but there's so many talented people out there.
Okay, all right.
And again, we talked about this, Cole Bennett. We talked about, there's so many side people that a lot of people in this industry don't even know about.
Yeah.
My mentor Saad. Mm-hmm. He might not use the big fancy cameras, but whenever he's on it. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Him. Half the people I work with, the Odyssey Films guys, are great.
Yeah.
I used to do a lot of weddings. Not a lot. I've done one wedding with them.
Yeah.
But I see their work all the time.
Yeah.
All these wedding people are insane. There's Taj Archives. He's worked for me a couple of times. He's filmed some of my events. He's goated. Josh, both the Joshes.
Josh Getty, Josh Graz.
Yes. Well, then, shit, who am I missing? I feel bad. I don't want to keep.
That's the worst. That's why I put you on the spot.
Yeah,
this is the worst moment right now.
I mean, they all know it's all love. You know what I mean? Whether I name drop or not, they all know, right? So, Madrid's media, he's a big one. big one that I talk about a lot. So yeah, man, there's always people. That goes back to, like, I would not include myself in that list.
No.
I personally wouldn't.
Wow.
Again, like, I think I'm good.
I think you're really good.
Thank you, but I'm not. Again, that comes down to the ego and confidence thing.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm confident that I'm good,
Yeah.
but I'm not gonna put myself on that list.
Fair. What's the next move for you?
Shit, man. So we just signed the nightlife company. We just signed a big deal.
So you're big into the nightlife.
I would say we are one of the top nightlife hospitality companies in Philly.
Wow.
One of, if not.
I have to come experience this.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah. to. We're doing a lot more in New York now. But I would say we're top 3.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's not even close.
Wow.
You know, we just signed a big deal with the top 3 companies. So me basically created a monopoly.
Yeah.
We signed that deal September 26th. Keep that date open. I'm not gonna name drop who the artist is, but there's a big artist coming. I just signed that paperwork yesterday.
That's fire.
Fabio Foreign. So he's coming through. Halloween's always Fabio Foreign.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah.
That's gonna be tough.
Yeah. So we had little TJ last year.
That's tough.
But yeah, that's dude. That's a whole topic.
Yeah.
Let's honestly, if you're down, let's get into that.
We can get into anything you want to, my brother.
I'm so ready to talk about these artists.
Yeah.
Because you may think that the local artists are a pain in the ass to work with.
Oh yeah. Me and Josh Graz have ran a club in Utica.
Which one is it? Parliament.
Parliament. Yeah,
I figured
that was fun. That was a great time.
You were running that?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That was a great time. But artists, because we got into the world of like bringing artists to and that's
you guys
fun.
Had what's his name?
Scory. We've had PNB Rock before he passed away.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Yeah, we brought artists there, but artists are basically children.
It's a whole ball game, dude.
Yeah.
It's like you're playing fucking table tennis with them. You know what I mean? Like, you hit the ball, they hit you back with some bullshit.
Yeah.
You hit the ball, they hit you back with some bullshit. It's like, yo, how much, like, you know what I mean? Like, artists are very particular. If anyone trying to get in this scene, you know, artists are very particular in terms of the things they want.
Yeah.
There's always like some bullshit ass rider.
There's always something. It's never a smooth sailing. Like, if we're gonna work with an artist and they are proud of how far they came, a nice way of saying it.
Yeah.
They're going to put you through the ringer of like, I want to be living a certain way, and you have to provide this if you want my.
And you know what? I
presence.
don't blame them.
I respect it.
I don't blame them, because it's like, you know, they did what they needed to do.
Yeah, they got there.
At the end of the day, you want them. They don't need you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
We never crossed their mind.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, they don't know who the fuck we are.
Yeah, respectfully.
So my thing is like, you know, you gotta be very particular about how you approach these kind of things. And again, working with artists is an art in itself. Mm-hmm. Art in the artist. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta, again, have their rider ready. You gotta transportation, all that shit. You gotta have that ready. Yo, how much do they charge? Are they charging too much?
Yeah.
You know, let's counter offer.
Yeah.
So things like this, a lot of people don't see this in the industry. A lot of people don't see the countless meetings we have, the countless hours we spend on, you know, is this flyer approved? Mm-hmm. Little things like that matter. You know, an artist will bug out if they don't like the way their face looks on the flyer.
It'll come right down.
Yeah. And they'll be on your ass about it.
Yeah.
They don't care. They might even post it once.
That is, bro. There was one time.
Tell me.
I'm not even talking about the artist, but we couldn't even, anyways, I don't even know how to say this story. But there was one time that we weren't sure if the artist was coming.
I think I know who you're talking about.
We were not.
Because it was either Mace or it was either Josh that told me this.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Mace or Josh definitely told you this story. We were not positive that the artist was coming, but we were promoting it like he was there.
Yeah.
Because
I think I know
he
exactly.
just was not responding.
Yeah.
The show has to go on.
The show has to go on.
We already sold tickets.
Yep.
We did the 9 yards, and we had no response for a full day. And the next day, we're like, okay, like, what do we do?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, who cares? Like, at the end of the day, rather ask for forgiveness than permission.
Yeah.
So we just kept promoting it like he's in town, he's here. But on his story, like, he was posting, he was active.
I know exactly what you're talking about
now.
now.
He was not posting that he was in Utica. I was like, I was stressing like, yo, bro, like, what do we do?
Yeah.
But then eventually he posted that he was in Utica, And then
Your
everybody,
heart was like,
I was like,
yeah.
yo. And then everybody's like, you guys weren't lying. I'm like, no, we weren't.
We never were there was no doubt in my mind he was showing
Like,
up.
come on, dog. Like, really? Like, get inside.
There was a
Like,
similar situation with, I guess he's one of our partners now, but they had a Boogie pop out for an event 2 years ago, 2 years ago now, and they sold 1,400 tickets.
tough.
They didn't know if the dude was showing up.
Really?
And I don't want to call him out, but I mean everybody knows this.
Yeah.
And he showed up, and this club has 2 floors, so he showed up to the top floor, and then he left. He didn't show up to the bottom floor.
I know you're. Oh no, I don't.
It's in Philly.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So he didn't show up, and everybody was mad. And I mean, they bounced back now better than ever. And now, now our company and that company work together.
That's fine.
But yeah, man, with these artists, you gotta be real careful.
Yeah.
Real careful. They if they're pissed, they won't show up.
Respect.
They won't show up. And you know what the worst part is?
Yeah.
You still gotta give them the money.
They still are going to get paid.
You're still gonna get paid.
Yeah, I can get into those stories a lot. There was one time, before I move into my next question, there was one time the budget for this one artist that we really wanted was so high, and we were talking to them. We're like, so how much is it to like perform? And they had a price. We're like, he's like, I can just come and walk, just the stand, just party with
Appearance,
you, appearance price. I'm like, bro, you just want. I'm like, yo, what if we just pass him the mic?
Yeah. and you know what? A lot of people that aren't in the industry don't know.
Yeah.
Dude, these guys are charging $50,000, $60,000, $70,000
just to appear.
Show up.
Yes.
And God forbid you ask them to perform 3 songs.
And they're tight. They're like, what?
Yeah.
Like what? Like, you can't. And then their manager. And it's not even dealing with the artist sometimes.
Yeah, it's the manager.
The manager.
It's always the manager. It's never the artist.
But Scory's manager, shout out to her. She was super nice.
That's good.
Super, super, super nice. She was just like, no, Scory just wants some pizza. We're like, we got you pizza.
Yeah, we'll get you pizza, bro. We'll get you whatever pizza you want.
We got you pizza. But all right, my question to you now, talking about the nightlife. One thing I really truly respect about your community is they show up. The Indian community, that the events that you throw, everybody is there, bro.
They
it's
love
packed
to party.
out, and that doesn't usually happen.
The Indian community. So this is where I kind of derive it from. So our kind of culture is very strict.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it is in multiple other cultures, but you gotta become a doctor, you gotta become an engineer, lawyer, all that shit, right?
Is it really like that?
Dude, yeah. It's like legit, like it's no joke. You know what I mean? Like parents will like disown their kids if they don't do the things that, like that kind of stuff. It's serious sometimes. My parents were never like that, thankfully. They wanted me to do well, obviously, but never like, it wasn't enforced.
Okay.
But again, these kids are growing up in this environment where they gotta fucking study for hours every day. They're getting drilled in their head. Like, oh, I gotta do this, and this. But then when they come to college,
it's a different.
They got that little bit of freedom. They're ready to go out. They're ready to enjoy themselves.
Yeah.
And that's in the 18 plus crowd. Yeah. Once you get into 21 plus, it's even worse.
Really?
Once you get into the older crowd, these guys love to party.
I didn't even think that.
The Indian crowd loves to party, yo.
Wow.
And a lot of the nightlife scene in New York, a good amount of them is just Indian people, like brown people.
Really?
Not even Indians, just like South Asians.
Wow.
It's a lot of like my people out there that just love to party. And in a club, you'll always see it. Especially in like, if it's like a hip hop night, or if it's like a house night, you'll see Indian people.
Yeah.
There was I just filmed a documentary for them. It's called Indo Warehouse. It was at the Brooklyn Mirage. By the way, one of my dream venues, and I filmed that.
That's beautiful. Congrats.
Thank you. It was one of my goals.
Yeah.
And basically, these 2 DJs, Kunal Merchant and Kahani, those are their names. They started this whole kind of wave of in like South Asian house music, and it's very South Asian derived, very South Asian based. They did a whole festival. They sold out the Brooklyn Mirage.
Wow.
I'm talking like 7,000-8,000 people.
Wow.
And I'm talking like people in college all the way to like people in their 80s showing up.
Wow.
And it was beautiful because
the support is beautiful.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, South Asians just want to see other South Asians grow.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
That's one thing about this culture that I'll never like say anything bad thing about.
Yeah.
Is our culture wants our culture to be put in the front.
Yeah.
And that's the best part.
I respect that. That's beautiful.
You'll always see some sort of South Asian artist. You'll always see some sort of South Asian creative.
Mm-hmm.
You know, shout out Tej, shout out Rajee, shout out all these guys that are making these videos. You know, and they're being put in the spotlight. And it's about time, to be honest.
No, yeah.
And, you know, again, we grew up in this environment of where you got to be a doctor, lawyer, engineer, you know, financial analyst, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And now it's being put to the spotlight. Like, yo, we're not just doctors. We're not just engineers. We're not just lawyers.
We could do more.
We know how to fucking make a movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're directors. We're filmmakers. We're creatives. We're artists. We're singers, rappers. Dude, it's insane. Like, the growth that the South Asian community has had. I don't even know how we got to this topic, but the growth that the South Asian community has had in the last, I would say, 5 to 6 years is insane.
I love that.
Insane.
I genuinely love that. I love that you're also part of that and growing in it too.
Listen, man, it's us or who else? It's just us. You know what I mean? It's us.
It's us.
It's us. Lil Yachty said it himself. You know what I mean?
Us. So, is there ever any, with everything that's happy, there's always something that's tough. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Is there any tough moments within that community?
I don't think there's any tough moments particularly. I think the toughest moment is getting out of that kind of stereotypical, again, career path. Because as soon as you tell my parents were never a fan of like me filming videos in the beginning. They hated it.
Oh yeah.
Dude, you're taking time away from school. You're meant to be an engineer. They hated it.
Yeah.
And then they saw the paychecks coming and they're like, all right, work.
Okay, all right, we'll fall back.
But getting out of that kind of mindset of my kid has to do X, Y, and Z. And, you know, all power to the people who want to be lawyers, engineers. I became an engineer myself. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that I hated it. I still like it. It's just not, you know, what I'm choosing to do right now. And that, I think, is the toughest part. That switch from that mindset of, yo, we got to do this, to my kid can become a director on a film.
Yeah.
My kid can become an artist. My kid can make music and be known by some of the biggest actor and actresses in the world. And that's literally happened in front of my face.
Yeah.
So I see it, and it's beautiful to see, because it's like, finally, you know, people of color and people of South Asian origins are getting recognized. And, you know, recently this video has been going viral of this Indian rapper. His name is Hanuman Khan. Shout out Hanuman Khan.
Yeah.
He made a song that's been blowing people out the water.
Yeah.
And I'm talking like it's on Kai Sanat stream.
Oh, that's fire.
It's on Speed stream.
That's fire.
And that song has been going viral. Also, another artist is Code. I was literally, like, on the way here, I was just on the phone with him.
Oh, that's fire.
And his videos have been going absolutely nuts.
Yeah.
And he's been being recognized by all these Bollywood actors and actresses, and even in Hollywood, he's being recognized.
Yeah.
He got an article written by Amazon Music for him.
Wow.
And the dude's 21.
That's tough. That's
You know
so
what I mean?
beautiful.
So finally, it's so good to see kind of our people being put in the spotlight, finally.
That's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah.
I genuinely love winning.
Yeah.
And I love the tough moments of it too, but it's also, you have to break out of it.
Yeah.
And the fact that you are...
Well, that's why winning hits even better.
Yeah.
Because there's tough moments.
Yeah, because
right?
you don't appreciate winning if you don't have to work for it.
If you're... Dude, I'm telling you, man, I wouldn't be so confident in myself if I didn't have those moments where I was just like, yo, like, what the fuck am I doing? You know what I mean? Like, again, when people are roasting me nonstop, every day I come into school and I'm getting text messages while I'm sitting in class. The kid in front is texting me, yo, you all this bullshit.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So it's real. And it's real.
So
And
are you
don't-
good under pressure?
Oh, I'm great under pressure.
Yeah.
Pressure makes diamonds.
Mm.
Shit, I'll call myself the diamond under pressure. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I work very well under pressure.
That's good.
One of the best examples of that I can give is, this is like a job interview. I kind of like it. That's also like job interviews in themselves are very a lot of pressure.
That. One thing I love is a job interview.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm a weird dude when it comes to certain things. I love job
me
interviews.
too.
Yeah.
Me too. It's
Let me
like the
flex
best
on
side
you.
of you comes out. It's like, yo, I did this,
Yeah,
this.
let
You
me
got to say it
flex
on the
on you
spot.
real
You
fast.
got to say it on the spot.
Yeah.
But what was I saying? Oh, yeah, the best example of this, I've told this story before, but it's a great story. So we had an event planned with a certain artist, big Bollywood artist, brown artist, and it was like a 3-day tour.
Yeah.
DC, Philly, New York.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're promoting the hell out of this thing.
Yeah.
And we sold a stupid amount of tickets. I'm talking, it was ready to be sold out. 3 days before, I get a call from his manager. Mind you, I'm at another gig at this point. I'm busy, like I'm, you know, and he never usually spams me.
Yeah.
This dude's spamming me,
blowing
my phone.
Yeah.
I eventually pick up. I'm like, "What's good?" Like I'm in the middle of something. He goes, "Yo, the artist couldn't get his visa.
Yeah.
The artist is from London."
Oh snap.
So I was like, "Huh? What did you just say?" He goes, "Artist couldn't get his visa."
Yeah.
I'm like, "You telling me this 3 days before we're meant to start this thing?"
Yeah.
He goes, "Yeah, I don't know what to tell you, brother. You could get your money back, or you could postpone it." I'm like, "I'm not postponing the show." First of all. Yeah. So I was like, "All right, fuck you." First of all, because you had a solid year to get your visa, to get your visa sorted. I don't know why you did it the week before. And then second of all, me and that guy that did the A Boogie show that I was speaking of earlier, we sat on call every single day for like 3-4 days straight.
Yeah.
And we were like, "Yo, what do we do?" And somehow we pulled something out of our ass. We got another artist from the UK.
Yeah.
We brought him out, sold out the shows.
Yeah.
And eventually it ended up being great.
Wow.
And it's one of my best examples of working under pressure. Because
I love
that
that
moment, we were like, what do we do?
Yeah.
You
I
know
love
what
those
mean?
moments.
And I love those moments.
Yeah.
Again, you spoke about your moment earlier.
But you also have to have the right people around you.
100%.
Because if they're all running around like SpongeBob in his head when that one time.
Yeah. Yeah, I know exactly.
Then everything's going to go wrong. But if you look at your boy and your boy's cool, calm, and collective and asking the right logical questions, and then your other boys saying, okay, but we just got to. I like to be surrounded by like solution folks.
100%.
If you're gonna just complain and be miserable, like I'm literally gonna get so agitated with you.
Yeah.
Because I'm a solution man. Like I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah.
Like if there's an issue, okay, like
let's figure it out. Let's talk it out.
Okay.
Let's talk it out.
There's a price that everything can be fixed.
Yeah.
So like
100%.
there's a way to fix anything. So
there's always a way to fix anything. And I think again that's a great point you make, right? Because I think the people who you have around you are probably one of the most important things, especially when you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You could be surrounded by Debbie Downers. You could be surrounded by people who don't believe the vision.
Yeah.
You got to have people that are just as delusional as you. You know what I mean? Like your business partners better be as delusional as you. Your significant other better believe in you. You know what I mean?
One thing you got to do to test this, right? Great test. Is think of a crazy idea that came true and go to the person that's beside you.
Yeah.
That it's already a thing that's already around, but just say it in your words.
But they don't know about it.
And they don't know about it. And just ask them, what if I did this? If they are already quick to tell you that it won't be possible, that will never work, or without looking at you in the eye and saying, yo, let's try it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
That's not everybody can come. Yeah. Not everybody can come.
And luckily, you know, I've had people, you know, whether it's relationships or whatever, I've had people around me that do that. Yeah. And it's great. And I will never take that for granted. Yeah. You know, and that's the best part of all of this, because again, like this shit ain't easy.
It's not.
And you need a support system, whether that's emotional, logical, money, whatever it is. You need support, especially when you start an entrepreneur.
Yeah. That's real. That's some real moments, because there's a lot of failing. There's a lot of failing inside being an entrepreneur. Yeah. So,
well, I think 90% of it is failing.
Yeah, you have to fail.
90. If you don't fail, how are you gonna know what you're gonna do next?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's and I'm not saying, again, I failed multiple times. Yeah. I'm fine. I don't put it out there. Yeah. But I want to put it out there. I want to film my failures. I put it on my story the other day. Mm-hmm. I had. Little backstory. I had, for the entire month of August, I had a big client, huge client. Yeah. To the point where I literally didn't accept any other bookings, because every week was
one
dedicated.
Of those. Yeah. Talk about it.
So it was one of them ones, and contract was signed, deposit was sent, whatever. Yeah. Literally last week, I get a call saying, "Hey, we didn't budget properly. We no longer have budget for this project."
Really?
My heart dropped. Because I was like,
you're not taking gigs.
I said no to everybody.
Wow.
I said no to everybody, and now, luckily, I'm at an okay spot now. But before, it was like I had nothing. Yeah. And that's one of my biggest flops. Wow. Because it's like I dedicated so much time and I committed so much, out of my day for this client. Yeah. And they ended up just leaving just like that, because they didn't know how to manage the money. That is crazy. You know what I mean? And that's the part about this industry. Yeah. You never know. Like tomorrow, everything can go down. Yeah. But tomorrow could be the biggest video you've ever made.
So how are you mentally?
Mentally, in terms of like...
In life.
In life, I'm pretty like I think I'm pretty solid, dude.
I love that.
I know that I'm at a spot where, again, Josh and I talk about this all the time.
Yeah.
We're both young. Stupid young.
Yeah. You're only 21,
Yeah.
bro.
You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that at a point where it's like, I'm only 21, I'm better than... No, I'm saying that I'm 21 and there's this thing around me that I can bring to the next level.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm not really fussed about getting a full-time career yet. That's why I'm not really fussed about, you know, if I got to stay living with my parents for a couple more years, I'll do that.
Stack.
You know what I mean?
One thing I'm going to always yell is if you're living with your parents, you have the best opportunity to stack.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't. They see it as, I need to get away from this. I don't feel accomplished. Like accomplishment and stacking is the same thing.
You don't gotta pay rent. You don't gotta worry about food.
What?
You don't gotta worry about, and you know, if you got loving parents, you know, I hope everybody does. But even if you don't, right, you still have a roof over your head.
Respectfully.
And that's, dude, like when I was in college, I'm paying rent by myself.
Yeah.
You know, that shit hard. That's a lot of money just out the window.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Stack.
And every month when you see that 1st of fucking August come through or 1st of July come through and you got to pay rent.
Well, one thing that I know that someone says to me all the time is every time that it's the 1st of the month that she pays her bill, she says, I got another 30 days to live.
Yep. I mean, Playboy Cardi said it himself. It's the 1st of the month. You know what I mean? So every time that song comes on, it's like, oh, please.
Yeah, no, that's so classic.
Again, man, you got to, like, I'm not worried about all that. You know, I have great parents. Luckily, you know, I'm fortunate enough to have all that kind of stuff. So I'm really just pushing my shit to the next level.
Yeah.
And I don't got to worry about kids.
Yeah.
I don't got to worry about a mortgage.
Yeah.
I don't got to worry about X, Y, and Z that you would usually have to worry about later in your life.
Yeah.
And I just want to bring my shit to the next level to the point where I make that it is my entire life right now.
Yeah.
But where I'm living off of it.
Yeah.
And I can live in a penthouse in New York. I could live in the life I want to live, have a nice car, whatever the fuck I want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's stuff like that, and I think I'm really taking advantage of that fact.
I love that. First question, last question before I get into my 5 personality questions.
Yeah.
As a man that's so confident in himself, what's something you really need to improve on?
I think I really, first of all, I have great discipline.
Yeah.
I don't think I have really bad discipline. It's more the fact that my physical health.
Okay.
I've been really prioritizing that a lot in the last month and a bit.
I love that.
I've been hitting the gym every day.
Yeah.
You know, literally I'm in the gym for 2 hours almost every day.
Love that.
And I try to really prioritize that. Obviously, it's the food discipline. Food is the hardest part.
Food is tough.
Dude, I love food.
I love food.
I love food. It's so good,
too.
man. Anybody got like a problem with food, we got to talk. Because I don't know how you about to have a problem with food. Like chicken wings?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you about to have beef with chicken wings.
What?
You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
I think discipline in that aspect of my life. In terms of work, I'm very disciplined.
Yeah.
But in my physical health, I really got to kind of up that. That's where I really lack. Another thing is sometimes I don't know when to shut off. And that's a blessing and a curse. And I've had so many barbershop talks about this topic. But sometimes it's like a curse when you can't turn off.
Yeah.
You know, you may think like, oh, you're grinding every day.
Yeah.
And you're going to bring it to the next level.
Yeah.
Sometimes your mental health gets fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm a big advocate. Like, I may be a hustler and a grinder, but I'm also a big advocate. Like, I'll post on my story all the time about mental health.
Yeah.
And that's so important, dude. You got to take care of your mind and your body.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you don't know, if your mind isn't sharp,
Yeah.
what are you going to do?
I think for me, I'm a big thinker. If you know me, I'm a big thinker. And I think a lot of people work out their bodies, but they don't believe that their brain is a muscle itself, but it is.
It is.
And it's one of those things that you need rest days. And if you don't rest your brain and it's all constantly on go, you will hit a wall, and it's going to be a wall that's going to also not just affect your mental, it's going to affect your emotional state, your physical state. So you need a balance. So like you finding your balance inside the gym, it's also going to help your endorphins when you're thinking and like trying to be creative. Because if you're not taking those time for your mental, you might not be able to find time to be creative.
Not at all.
And editing is being creative.
It's literally a mind marathon.
And it's you sitting at a desk
for hours just staring at a screen. The worst part is when you got to replay that one part of the video just to hear the song sync up. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. And it's a good point that you make, because it's like you know, if your mind isn't sharp, you can't think properly. You can't make the right decisions.
No.
Luckily, you know, I've been playing pickleball now.
Yeah, it's dope.
I'll be playing pickleball. That's like
dope.
a good escape.
Yeah.
I'll be chilling with my friends.
Yeah.
You know, whether with whether I'm in the relationship or not, whatever it is. Like, luckily, I've had people that calm me down and surround myself with where I can enjoy myself.
Yeah.
Sometimes me and my boys just FaceTime.
I love that.
We're
Those
like,
are important,
"What
though.
up?" Yeah.
Those are
100%.
truly important. Truly important.
100%.
Because you need a space to express, especially as men. We can get into that topic deep. Especially as men, we just think we have to go on go
Alpha
and
dog.
just be that dude. But there's a time that you need to release.
Yes,
like
100%.
not to be so graphic, but even your body shows you that you need to release. Because you go poop and pee every day.
Yeah.
So you got to think about it.
Literally.
You have to release. And if you don't release and you just bottle that up, it'll be so bad
100%.
for you. So I love that. I also met somebody that also taught me about mindset walks.
Okay.
When you just go on a walk.
Oh yeah, those be
Just
different. You know?
a long walk and you just freely just be you.
That's like a stereotypical Indian uncle thing.
Is it?
We'd be going on those afternoon walks after dinner.
Yeah.
Dude, I started doing that too. I might be an uncle already, but yo, I be going on these afternoon walks, whether it's outside, if it's raining, I'm at the gym doing it on the treadmill.
Yeah.
And it's genuinely such an escape.
Yeah.
And some people have a different way of like finding that escape. Some people go to the in the religious path.
Yeah.
Right? Like a lot of my friends are very religious. They'll
Yeah.
go to the temple. You know, I have a couple Christian friends, they'll go to the church, whatever. And for them, that's their way of escape.
Yeah.
For me, going to the gym, you know, playing pickleball.
Yeah.
Even just like watching YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I sit there sometimes for hours when I just don't feel like, not even feel like doing nothing, but it's when my brain is telling me, yo, you got to chill out.
Yeah.
Like, I just be watching Sidemen. I don't know if you know who the Sidemen
Sidemen
are.
I know anything YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sidemen are dope. Who's your favorite inside the Sidemen?
Dude, every single one of them. I can't name you.
I love that. I love
can't
that.
name
I'm
a
the same.
single
I'm
one.
the same. I'm the same.
I literally, every Sunday, I'm watching the videos.
That's
I watch
fire.
their, you know, second channel. I watch all their videos.
That's dope. That's dope.
You know what I mean? So
how
that's
about the Beta Squad?
I watch them too. Not as much.
Those are my favorite.
Yeah, those are good guys
yeah,
too.
Those are my favorite.
Nico,
Ultimate.
Milana.
Nico's my favorite.
Yeah, they're all cool. They're all cool
Yeah.
people. I remember one time I was when it was Logan and KSI 2, their fight.
Yeah.
I got the opportunity to shoot that.
Oh, you did?
I said no because I just like the schedule wasn't working out.
Respectfully.
But I remember that was like when maybe you know what, that going back to the fanboy part, maybe that was one of the times I was like, yo, like
That would have been tough.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I made money. Oh no, I lost money.
Yeah.
To the Logan because I bet on Logan and KSI won. But that's besides the point.
Yeah.
But mental health.
Very
take
important.
time for yourself.
100%.
Men or women, doesn't even matter. Just take time for yourself because you only have yourself, and I think we overlook that too much.
You only have one life to live, dude.
Truly.
You know, I've been in a whole bunch of accidents myself, not like anything life threatening.
Yeah.
But you know, people around me have been in it, and what my kind of group of people around me is understanding now is, again, you only have one life.
Yeah.
You have to appreciate who you have around you, what you have around you.
Yeah.
You have to be grateful.
Mm-hmm.
Mental health is one of those things where it's like, yo, like you got to take it seriously.
Respectfully.
You know what I mean? Like, you only got one mind.
Yeah.
And if that mind gets fucked up, you know, it's going to hurt you.
Yeah.
And take those days off. Take this time off. Turn off your phone.
Yeah.
Put it on D&D.
Yeah.
You know, put it in fucking work mode or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And don't look at a message.
Yeah, no, truly.
And, you know, if you're in an industry like myself where your phone is being blown up every 2 seconds about something.
Yeah.
And you just need a break. Like, you just got to put your phone on D&D, put it to the side. And literally just look up in the air and just breathe.
Respectfully.
Like, even just stuff like that, man.
Respectfully. To add on to that lastly is, that's also why I started this podcast. Genuinely, because talking is therapeutic to me.
100%. I mean, look at us. We're yapping.
Yeah, yapping away. Learning somebody else's lifestyle and the way they view things is very therapeutic to me. So I love to talk things out. I love to just have conversation. So that's like truly why I started this podcast. Yeah. So like I always see it as, yes, one day I do want to have my own talk show. But if I have my own talk show, it'll be therapy.
Yeah, and and the benefit of doing a podcast is you see multiple perspectives.
Yeah,
you see a motherfucker like me who's like talk your shit, and then you'll get a motherfucker like Josh, stay low key,
totally different.
And you'll get to appreciate both sides.
Yeah,
like I'll never say anything bad about the way he thinks or the way you think, or the way anybody thinks, because everybody has a reason for the way that they think.
Yeah,
right. Again, I'm the way I am because I've experienced certain things.
Yeah.
You're the way you are because you've experienced certain things.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of life.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone's shaped by their own kind of experience.
Mm-hmm.
And people are the way they are, and they act the way they are, and they believe the things they believe.
Yeah.
Because of what they've been surrounded by.
Yeah. Everybody's journey is different.
100%.
Question number 1.
Oh, yes.
What is your favorite movie?
Interstellar.
Okay.
Interstellar.
Wasn't ready for that.
Dude, I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
Like the engineer in me like comes out in film.
Yeah.
And anything. Interstellar's on the plane here. I watched Dunkirk.
Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, good one.
Anything by Christopher Nolan, I'm watching.
Fire.
I be watching Interstellar. I remember the first time I watched Interstellar, I cried.
Did you?
That was the only movie I ever cried in.
Wow.
And I don't cry and shit like that.
I was gonna keep going with questions, but I really have to add this. I've been trying to find a movie that would make me cry.
Have you watched Interstellar?
Yes, but bro. I can't cry to movies.
Yeah.
Genuinely. I don't know what. No, I'm actually like being so serious. The last time I cried to a movie was the movie John Q. And if you've never watched it, I'm almost positive you'll cry to it. But I am the type to make anything comedy.
Yeah.
So like.
But me too, yo.
Yeah.
You know what I be doing? And I'm a big horror movie guy, right?
Yeah?
I love
horror movies too.
But I fucking ruin it for myself.
Because I start laughing.
Yes, I laugh and I know it's fake.
Yes.
Like for the nun. Yo, that one scene when the nun's running, I'm laughing my ass off, yo. Because I know damn well it's just some actress in there.
That's exactly what I say. And people say, yo, you kill it. I'm like, I'm sorry, just don't watch it with me. Unless I'm like be quiet the whole time, okay.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to talk,
it's
over for the whole movie.
And then as a filmmaker, right, you also see another perspective.
Exactly.
Of how'd they film it?
Like that was a nice cut.
Yeah,
you know
that was a
saying?
nice cut. Yo, what angle, what lighting do they use?
Exactly.
Yeah, I wonder what the gaffer used for this. You know what I mean? Yes. Like I just be thinking, and I'm like, I kind of ruined the movie for myself. But Interstellar is honestly hands down that Oppenheimer.
Like I actually haven't finished Oppenheimer,
dude. Like the first time I watched it, I was a little confused, and then I watched it again.
I got to rewatch it.
Yeah, and as a history nerd too, I was like, yo, this is sick.
Question number 2: what is the biggest red flag a girl can have?
Oh shit. It's not a red flag to so to say, but it's something that I really look out for. Is not like communicating. I'm a big communicator.
That's good. That was a good answer.
Yeah, it's not necessarily a red flag. A red flag is when, they're doing shit without any repercussions. They don't know what they're doing, and they're just like talking. Or you see, the clubs, yo. You'll see it at the clubs. Hold on, let me get into this. Yo, at the clubs when a girl is just like leeching off your section, bro.
Oh man,
what do they call them? I forget. There's like a word for them, but dude, when I'm again at my events, I usually have my own space. I don't like I'm always running around making sure everything's good, right? Yeah. But the times I am chilling and I'm just doing me with my friends, and if I'm with somebody at the time, them or whatever, there's like a group of like 5-6 girls that come by and they're sitting there and they're posting like it's their shit. Bro, I hate that stuff, bro. I hate it. I'm like, I don't even know your name. Like, what are you doing here,
now
bro?
You're flexing the bottle in like the little what's it called, the boomerang?
Yes, bro. And then when the sign comes out, it says Richard got money. Who the fuck is? They don't even know who Richard is. They just got the damn sign.
They're just happy.
You know what I mean? That's a big one. But on a real one, like communication, I'm so adamant about that.
Yeah, me too.
With you have to be. You know what I mean?
Me too.
And
dog.
Yeah.
Me too.
Bro, you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna say I'm a saint by any means, right?
No.
Like I'm really. Sometimes I'm not the best at communicating either.
Yeah.
But it's something. If you work on it with somebody and you truly care about the person. You'll eventually, figure it out and things will come by and shit happens in life, dude.
I think for me, since I've been in a few situations, I used to be, I actually had this conversation recently. I used to be a hothead, explode. Nobody can see it in me, but I used to be that one of those guys that immediately something bad happens, I'm on cloud, not even on cloud 10, I'm in 10, I'm on
pissed,
10, right? And I was put on the spot about who I was and who I looked like in those moments, and that's not who I wanted to portray. So now I believe, and I would love for someone to correct me, but I think I'm the best communicator there is right now. Like
Good.
there is not something.
I mean, you have a podcast, right? Like,
Yeah, truly. I don't think there's a situation that I won't try to see your perspective.
Yeah.
I understand why you got there. Or I'll try to understand why you got there and move forward from it. I'm never, if you're in my life, you're my teammate and not my enemy. So.
And that's what I preach now, right?
Yeah.
Is like if you're with somebody, you have to be a team.
Yeah.
It's not me versus you. It's us versus the problem.
Exactly.
And I'm a big preacher of that. And it's like, once you start becoming in this phase of like, yo, no, you did this and you did this.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'd be doing it too. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like
Yeah.
sometimes I'd be blaming whoever I'm with at the time, and I'm like, and then I catch myself sometimes,
Yeah.
or they call me out. They're like, yo, like what are you doing? Like I don't like this.
Yeah.
And that's when I gotta sit myself down and be like, all right, word. Like, this is not proper. I should be respecting this other person in front of me.
Yeah.
And they also have a reason to think the way they're thinking.
Yeah.
Like not everything's about me.
Yeah.
Not everything's about them.
The biggest thing right now, not now, always since day one, is perspective.
100%.
And if once you understand perspective, there's room to grow.
Yes.
But if you only see your perspective,
Yes.
there is no room to grow, because then you will never understand why anybody did such thing to you when they maybe didn't mean to do such thing.
Exactly.
But yeah, perspective.
It's
is
about
very
being
important.
empathetic. You don't have to be sympathetic.
Yeah.
Just be empathetic. Understand where they're coming from. That's it.
Question number 3.
Yeah. I love this.
Do you like these questions so
I love
far?
it.
Yeah.
That one was like, I've never been asked that one. That one was good. That one was like, yo, like we're getting into it.
Would you rather a week of sunny days or warm nights?
Ooh. So are we thinking this in terms of like metaphorical? Because I can get real metaphorical.
However you want to answer, my
So
brother.
I'm gonna answer this metaphorically first.
Yeah.
Sunny days, right? Where everything's 100% all blast all the time, right? It's 100-degree weather, not literally, but like in life, everything's going great for a couple of days, and then every other day is cloudy.
Yeah.
Or you're trying to be comfortable. I'm not a big fan of comfortable.
Okay.
I mean, if you couldn't tell from anything I do, I'm not a comfortable. Like I don't like being comfortable.
Yeah.
So metaphorically, I'm a big sunny days kind of guy in terms of like where I want to be like the best version of myself as much as possible.
Respectfully.
If I gotta have some low torrential downpour days, and hurricanes and all that, we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
But I want to shine as bright as I can, and I'd rather not be comfortable. In terms of literal weather, shit, I'll do warm nights, dude. give me a warm night where I can sit by the fireplace.
Respectfully, those are good nights.
You know what I mean? Cook some marshmallows with the
Good,
boys.
those are memorable nights with your boys or your significant other or your family.
Give me in Punta Cana, man, with the freaking give me in a nighttime beach outfit. Get me ready for some pictures, yo.
Respectfully. Question number 4.
Yeah.
Who inspires you?
Man, I think it's not about who inspires me, but it's more about like what inspires me. There obviously are people, right? My parents, my friends. I see them all succeed. My mentors.
Yeah.
If I'm in a relationship, them.
Yeah.
They inspire me, and I want to be. If my significant other is doing what they want to be doing and pushing to the next level, I also want to be pushing to the next level.
Yeah.
So that's a big inspiration. But in terms of what inspires me, it's more of the fact that I know the potential that I have.
Yeah.
And I know what I can make myself become in the next 5, 6, 7, 10 years.
Yeah.
And I know that there's this gap and there's this thing that I have and this talent and this capability that, I'm on the right path. Sometimes it's hard to believe you're on the right path.
Yeah.
Again, but that's where the delusion comes in.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what inspires me the most. The fact that I know that I can bring this to a level that I can't even imagine. 2 years ago, bro, 3 years ago, I would not have believed you if you told me you're filming for A Boogie with a hoodie. A year later, I was filming for him.
That's beautiful.
My first ever concert was a Lil TJ concert.
That's fine.
And I told myself that day I will film him.
Yeah.
Literally 1 year ago on the dot. 1 year later on the dot. The same day I filmed him.
That's fine.
Same day.
Yeah.
And it was one of the coolest things. So it's about knowing that I have something going for me. And it may not come to fruition and everything may not be all rainbows and sunshines right now.
Yeah.
But I know a couple years down the line, something will occur. And I can guarantee you, all 3 cameras, mark my words, something will happen.
Yeah.
Guarantee you.
Yeah.
And I'll shoot you a text 5, 6, 7 years down the line, be like, yo, I told you so.
No, I didn't even say that. Send the text. Let's run back another episode.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll be like, yo, reunion.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, question number 5.
Yeah.
The most important question of it all. Did you have fun on the loft?
Bro, in general, to be honest, I love podcasts. First of all, Florida, I mean, we talked about this off camera.
Yeah.
I love Florida, man. I love Florida.
love that you
warm
do.
weather.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't seen much of Florida. I was in Tampa, Orlando. I haven't been to Miami ever.
Yeah.
But, yo, Florida's sick. The setup is sick. You're sick. Everybody here is sick.
Yeah.
It's good vibes all around. We had a great conversation.
Yeah.
I could keep going for hours and hours, shit. But it's just good vibes, man.
I love that.
All around. I appreciate you having me.
Yeah.
You know, and I appreciate that I'm able to put out a voice for people, not only in the South Asian community, not only in the creative industry, not only for people who are young and trying to get into things that they're trying to get into, but just for people in general, dude. It don't gotta be. You could be 35 listening to this podcast.
Respectfully,
you don't gotta. You know, if you come into that mentality, be like, yo, this kid's 21. What the fuck am I gonna learn from him?
Mm-hmm.
It's not about that. It's about hearing what I have to say in terms of like my perspective, my story, and implementing that in your own life, and seeing how you can implement that. Maybe you implement the delusion, maybe you implement the relationship advice, maybe you implement, you know, even the technical stuff about the artist. Is if you can take something away from any piece of content or any piece of educational material, whether that be one piece of something or the whole thing, that's what matters the most to me.
Beautifully said. Beautifully
Yeah,
said.
I mean, like, I don't know. There's too many people in the world where, again, it goes back to perspective. They don't appreciate another side of the story.
No.
They don't appreciate how someone can grow from nothing to something.
Yeah.
They don't appreciate the delusion.
The delusion.
They don't appreciate the psychoness.
You're crazy until it's normal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody used to think Mark Zuckerberg was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, everybody used to think that all these developers of all these big tech companies were crazy.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs, they used to think he was insane.
Insane.
And now look, he's one of the, you know, he
It's
founded one of the biggest
literally-
companies in the world.
It's literally crazy until it's a trend. So
100%.
believe in yourself and create the trend.
100%.
Be the trend. You know what I'm saying?
And that, again, that's be the trend. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta know when to talk your shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
you gotta
know.
bring it right. He ties it all back.
You got, again, it's true. Like, you know, you may see like, all right, your shit's working. Make yourself the forefront.
Yeah.
In terms of, not in an egotistical way, not in like, oh, I'm the coolest guy in the world way. In terms of the fact that like you gotta take advantage of what you got.
Love.
Whatever skill, whatever talent, you may be the best poet in the world. I better see some damn poems then. You know what I mean? I better see a book.
Yeah.
You may be the best financial analyst in the world.
Yeah.
You better make some people some money.
Yeah.
You may be the best podcaster in the world.
Yeah.
I better see 18 podcasts come out.
Respectfully.
You know what I mean? Again, videos. I better see videos come out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the thing, man. And a lot of people don't realize the potential. And when you listen to things like this and you hear stories from other people like me or like Mason or anybody, right? You understand like it's possible.
It's truly possible.
It's possible. My one thing is my biggest kind of saying. There's two sayings I like to say.
Yeah.
Adapt or be extinct is a big one of mine.
That's real.
And then 1% better every day.
Yeah.
That's another one. You got to be 1% better every day.
Love that.
100%.
That
1% until you 100%.
1% until you're 100%. Where can they find you?
Shit, where can you find me? You can find me. I'm gonna give you a cocky answer. I'll give you a real answer. You can find me anywhere. But on a real one, you can find me on Instagram, Harshil Thaker. You can find me on YouTube. I don't really be posting on YouTube like that, but TikTok, socials, Appear On Group. Shout out the Appear On Group. Shout out Jaisal, Krish. We be busting our ass.
Yeah.
You know, shout out everybody that we work with. You can find me anywhere, man, and just look up the name on Google.
Just Google me.
Google me in the least cocky way.
Yeah.
I did that one time, you know.
Did you?
I did that. I was like, yeah, I wonder what happens. Like,
Yeah.
I wonder. And ever since that day, my ego went up that day. I'm like, yeah, I'm the number one search. I was like, that's sick.
That's tough. That is actually hard, actually.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie to you. But another great episode. I really
100%.
appreciate you for coming out and making this happen
Yeah,
because
man.
your story needs to be told. You have a beautiful story.
Thank you.
And I genuinely love your work.
Appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I love the back-to-back days. Like, I'm going to create content for these amount of days, and you did it, and you're really good at the content too.
Yeah, I try.
Yeah,
it's hard, but I try.
You're really good. There's something I have to ask you later.
Yeah.
On one of the clips you did, it was so hard. I was like, I kind of want to ask him.
Ask me. I mean, if you got time.
Yeah, after. I'll do it after.
Yeah.
But genuinely, I'm very happy that you did it.
100%,
I see beautiful things happening for you in the future.
Thank you. I
You
appreciate
already
that.
accomplished so much already, and you're only 21. There's so much that's gonna happen for you that you're gonna even be.
It's not only me, man. We got a whole team around us, and that's what I'll never give the credit only to myself.
Love. The Loft, season 5. We had Herschel on the episode. It only gets better. It keeps getting
1%
better.
better every day.
1%
What they
better
say about
every
that?
day.
Know that respectfully.
Drink some water. Call a friend you haven't talked to in a while. Say a prayer.
Yes.
Do a push-up.
Yes.
Do a sit-up. Text that girl you're stressing about. Block that guy that's blowing up your phone.
Yeah. Live your life, man.
Live your life.
Stay blessed. Don't stress.
Hug your mother. Hug your father.
Damn straight. We outside.
That's all I got.
Yeah, we outside. Take care.
Take
Peace.
care. The Law. We out.